Okay, so recording has been started. Just a minute. So yep, we'll be beginning as told on 7.3. It's 7.3 now. Just 1 minute. I just wanted to connect it to the charger. People are still joining. Let's just wait for 1 more minute because I can see many people are joining in the lobby. Okay, so let's start the session. So shall I begin? Are you guys excited? In the chat, please. Or you can just react. I think there's a reaction feature available. So we'll be beginning right now. Okay, great. So firstly, I would like to know how many of you had participated in the solution challenge previous year? Like, have you participated or this is your first time? Or do you have any idea about solution challenge? What solution challenge is? Okay, I can see the excitement in the chats. That's great. That's great. Okay, first time. Okay, first time. Then this is actually really perfect for you because solution challenge is like solution challenge is something which is like beginner friendly as well as people who are really advanced in the domains they can participate. So yes, it is great that if it is your first time. Okay. So let me begin with my presentation. Yes. So I'm just sharing my screen. 1 minute. I hope you guys can see my screen right now. Okay. So you guys can see my screen, right? Okay. So let's begin. So welcome. So hello everyone. I'm Varsha Kotipalli, the JDAC lead of DYP COE, and we are hosting this session in collaboration with three other GDSEs. So welcome to our session, and we have Team Wonder Reader with us. So yes. So welcoming our collaborators. These are our collaborators, which are GDSE PES Modern College of Engineering Pune, GDSE GH Raisoni College of Engineering and Management Pune, GDSE Siahat College of Engineering Pune. So yes, let's make it an exciting session. And we have our guests who are Team Wonder Reader. Let me introduce you to Philippus Adriel, Eric Hernando, Jason Christian, and Jason Jeremy. So these are the people of Team Wonder Reader who have created the solution which called Wonder Reader. Yes. So if you wanna follow us on our social media handles, this is the link. You can scan this QR and you can like follow us. So yeah. So yes, I would like to present this. Okay. So firstly, I would like you guys to check out this site. I'll be sharing this PPT and I want you guys to check out this site. It is the official site of the 2024 Solution Challenge. So this site, like developers.google.com/GDSC Solution Challenge, this is all the details related to Solution Challenge. Like if you want to register, you can just click here and about like top 100, final 10, winning 3. So regarding all the phases of the Solution Challenge, you have everything available here. And what are the UN's 17 sustainable goals and everything. Okay, so I'll just tell you in short what is this about, what is the solution challenge. Yep. So, okay. So it is officially a part of Design, Discover and Develop Challenge. Okay, the solution challenge. So Design, Discover and Develop is not only about solution challenge, it is about many more things. So whenever you develop a project, firstly you discover the resources, design its prototype, and then develop the solution. So that is what the spirit of solution challenge is about. Next one. So what is what is discover, design, and develop? It is an opportunity to learn and build together through a series of content on various technologies and dynamic training sessions, covering the given cutting edge technologies. A chance to bring forward your innovative solutions, solving real world problems in solution challenge. So it has many other components like the Android, web, and Flutter. And yes. So the basic overview. So solution challenge is one such thing where like we build solutions on the 17 sustainable development goals of UN. Okay, so it was created by United Nations in 2015 to be achieved by 2030. The 17 sustainable goals agreed upon by the 193 United Nations member states, which aim to end poverty and ensure prosperity and protect the planet. So we all invite you to join the competition and participate to convert ideas into real life applications. So the best part about it is not only people from India, but people from around the globe who are actually a part of GDSC program, they build solutions. So it is one of the best things to get exposure because you're not only competing with people in India, you're competing amongst the bright minds around the globe who are really innovative in building solutions and solving the UN 17 sustainable goals. Okay, so this is the Solution Challenge kickoff event, which is on January 11th. So just like we are introducing Solution Challenge to you, there will be the introduction of Solution Challenge on a global level, and it is the kickoff event on January 11th, where they'll tell you about the Solution Challenge and what all are the different phases of Solution Challenge in participating. So what is solution challenge basically? So it's really simple. It's no rocket science. What is solution challenge? It's a really simple thing, which is the solution challenge is a mission to solve one of the UN's 17 sustainable goals using a Google technology. Okay, it can be anything like Gen AI, Android. So you can do anything. But you have to use the Google technologies to solve the 17 sustainable goals of the United Nations. So it was created by United Nations in 2015 to be achieved by 2030, the 17 sustainable goals. Okay. And so Google invites us to actually solve those problems, leads across the world to solve those problems and come up with very innovative and unique solutions. And you guys can just check out YouTube and many others, many other sites. And you can just type solution challenge previous year solutions, and you'll be amazed to see the variety of solutions, like so many domains. Yes. So these are the 17 sustainable goals related to people. No poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, and gender equality. For planet, we have clean water and sanitation, responsible consumption and production, climate action, life below water, life on land. Prosperity, we have affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry, innovation and infrastructure, reduced inequalities, sustainable cities and communities, and for peace, we have peace, justice, and strong institutions. Similarly, for partnerships. Okay, so these are the 17 sustainable goals, and you have to build a solution to at least solve one of the sustainable goal. And it can be a combination of two or three. So to solve this, you can build anything. You can build a website, you can build an app, anything which you think can solve the problem which you have selected. And you can build an innovative and unique solution. And it is an absolutely beginner friendly event. Means you might be a beginner, and it just depends on the impact what your solution is making. So these are the phases. So November to January, it's just basically we are hosting info sessions and for the kickoff of the event, telling you guys about what is a solution challenge. Then December to February, we have identify a solution, learn and build. So it is the building phase. And February to June, you have these top 100, where top 100 would be picked, final 10 would be picked, and final 3 would be picked. Okay, so this is the overview. And this year we have something new, which is the regional boot camps. So what are regional boot camps basically? So firstly, till last year, what used to happen was we used to be like submitting our solutions. Then there used to be a list for top 100. But this time, what's new is instead, like after top 100, we used to get mentorship till last year. But this time, even before top 100, you have to submit your solution for evaluation for the regional bootcamp. So in regional bootcamp, when you submit your solution, the dates have 5th Jan to I think 14 Jan. So in that phase, when you submit your solutions, so before choosing the top 100 solutions, they'll evaluate your solution. Okay. And so they evaluate your entry, and if they like it, they invite you for a regional bootcamp. So it is one of the milestones which is actually linked with our campaign. It's like, so try to submit good solutions so that you guys are invited for the regional bootcamp, and we are able to achieve the milestone which is linked for our campaign. That is, we need at least five, I think, for to reach in the silver tier, we need at least five good solutions who are invited to the regional bootcamp. Okay, so this is the thing. And you have to use Gen AI and Google Cloud as one of the technologies for your project. So it's like it would be very good if you use Gen AI and Google Cloud. They'll be giving preference to your project. So Gen AI and like I hope you guys have heard about the Gemini AI, which is the recent technology of Google. So you have to use Gen AI or Google Cloud as one of the technologies for your project. So this is basically the timeline, which I'll be sharing this PPT with you. And this is the registration is open for kickoff event. Submissions are open from Jan 21st to Feb 22nd. So you just have to build a prototype of your solution and you can submit it from Jan 21st to Feb 22nd. Then in early April, the top 100 are announced. Then top 100 resubmit. Then again, you receive mentorship, and I'm sure Team One Day Reader will tell you about it in detail. Like there are different phases of winning the solution challenge, and finally in this May to June phase, final 10 are announced, and again they are given a chance to improve their solutions, and then finally the winning three are announced. So yes, these are the things, and these are the submission criterias. So there are points for project setup. Like these are the questions which are usually asked. Like the challenge which you're solving, and like what sustainable development goals you are choosing. So it's very important to go through the submission criteria because this is the marks allocation. Like they'll be judging you on these parameters: implementation, feedback and testing, success and completion, and scalability. So all these parameters are really very important in your solution. It's not like you're just building a blindly a prototype and submitting. You have to go through everything. You have to see the feedback, testing and iteration. Like you have to test it on real world and see how they are able to like deal with it, and you have to implement the changes as well, the success and completion and scalability. So this is the thing, all these parameters are very important and you will have to like go through everything to make a perfect solution which can actually win the solution challenge. So it's a very good evaluation criteria because they have given equal weightage to everything. So I'll be sharing this PPT with you later so you can go through it. Okay. And the hardest part is obviously getting started. So you just have to get started in solution challenge and just see that there are no limits to your ideas, technological constraints. Just don't think about it for now. And just, think about, just brainstorm and think about such ideas. Okay. And you could have an impact with just the resources available to you. So yes, just don't overplan and try to implement everything possible in the given time frame. That's it. And yes, the resources are available here. And these are these are the other campaigns which our college would be organizing as a part of design, discover, and develop for ML and for Android. So yes, so till now I just told you, and I just stuffed you guys with a lot of information. So for now we'll just have a very small short quiz from Shriram, where he'll tell you, it will be a fun quiz and it will be related to everything which I shared to you till now. So yes, let's see if you're able to answer it. Okay, so over to you, Shriram.
Thank you, thank you.
So for this quiz, you will have to answer it in the chat box. Okay, so till now, if you have paid attention to my points, you'll be able to answer it really well.
So guys, here we go. It's time of quiz. The quiz on the screen is first question goes like, in the context of the Google Solution Challenge, what is a prototype? A, the final version of the project. B, a preliminary model or the version of the solution. C, a detailed project plan. Or D, the documentation of the project. As shown in the Vashad's PD, you must know what is prototype here.
I guess
So
majority of
guys,
the guys have got the right answer. So
The
maybe
chat
that
section is flooded with B. Okay.
ah, maybe that can also be the glitch.
okay, so the answer is ta-da-dum, B, a preliminary model or
I
version
guess
of the
Praveen, I
solution.
guess Praveen and Yash was the one to give the answer B. They were the first, right?
Okay, okay, cool. So moving forward to the next question. What is the importance of user experience UX design in the development of solutions for the Google Solution Challenge? And the options are it's not optional and can be skipped. It enhances the visual appear of the project. C, it ensures that the solution is user friendly and meets the user needs. And D, it's only relevant for hardware projects. I guess you know the answer, guys, because UX you use every day.
Web developers, come on, guys. Web developers.
Guys, just know that UI and UX are a bit different. Okay. So it is a confusing question.
Yeah, guys.
One thing is UI and
Okay.
one thing is UX.
I can
The
see BNC is
answer,
bombarding in the chat.
okay, it's time for the answer, and the answer is C. It ensures that the solution is user friendly and meets user needs.
As I can see, Yash Katolkar has given the right answer. He was the first one to like give that one.
Cool, cool, yeah?
That is Shubham Pawar. Wow.
Whoever gives the maximum correct answer, they have a surprise, okay? So please be interactive and just give the correct answers. You have to be fast as well.
Okay, so next question. In the context of the Google solution challenge, what is speech? Not the cricket speech, but speech. Okay. A type of programming language, a presentation of a project idea, a coding competition, a collaboration tool. And the answer is
Pictures.
pictures. Yeah, most of guys have heard or watched the pictures.
I guess many of you have watched Shark Tank. That may be the same thing.
And the answer is B, a presentation of a project idea where you
Again,
elaborate
again,
your project.
again, Yash Katolkar. Wow.
Cool, huh? Maintaining consistency or streak.
Great.
Okay, next question. If web development frameworks were superheroes, which one would wear a cape with the emblem of an A and excel at maintaining structure and order in the front end world? Option A, React, the JavaScript swashbuckler. Option B, Vue.js, the dynamic sorcerer. Option C, Angular, the mighty guardian. Or option D, jQuery, the vintage enchanter. Guys, you must know the answer, I guess.
Guys are bombarding
Many
into the
people are
chat.
getting it
Yeah.
wrong, okay?
Seriously. Everybody's thinking of the
Why are
wrong
so many people
answer.
getting this one wrong?
Guys, the hint is it's especially the Google Thor can say.
Okay, just a hint, it is a Google technology. Just check the four options and just tell me which is not a which is a Google technology out of these four options. Okay, perfect. I see people are getting it right now.
Okay, so guys, it's time to the answer. And the answer is C, Angular, the mighty guardian.
Everybody was thinking it for Meta, not for Google at this stage. I was thinking.
Uh,
And Varuna was the right answer. Varuna and Sakshi was the first one to give that answer.
cool, cool.
Okay.
So next question on the screen. What is the primary purpose of neural networking in machine learning? Option A, data storage. Option B, decision making. Option C, algorithmic sorting. Option D, file compression.
ML enthusiasts, where are you guys?
Yeah, guys, you should know the answer.
You should know this answer, okay? Come on. Just think of a neural network as something which we have, our brain. So what is brain involved in? It's very similar.
Yes, guys, what you cannot do, machine learning is doing.
Yes, we make decisions, right? Great.
Yes.
Yeah, the decision making. Okay.
Shubham Pawar, again. I guess it's second time.
Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so next question. Which technology introduced by Google enables developers to build modern declarative user interfaces for Android applications in a concise and intuitive manner? Option A, Android X. Option B, Kotlin coroutines. Option C, Redback Compose. Option D, Firebase.
There is a hint for all of you guys. I think many of you have participated in it.
Yeah, the last week Android.
Guys, a famous Google technology, okay? Which I think every year campaign is held by GDSE.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
right.
it is also James Bond of Android interfaces introduced by Google, which is recently happened. And I guess it's show time. Option C, Jetpack Compose.
Jetpack Compose.
And it's Shubham Power again, guy.
So cool guys. Next question on the screen. Which of the following is the odd one out among the UN Sustainable Development Goals? Almost as if it sneaks into the list. Option A is zero hunger. Option B, clean water and sanitation. Option C, gender equality. Option D, free pizza Fridays. You must know the answer as Kaushadi already shared the PPT.
Guys, in the PPT I shared, did you see anywhere free Pizza Fridays? I think they should add it in the list because we all deserve free Pizza Fridays, okay?
Yeah, we need it as it is today Friday.
We need an 18th UN SDG.
After this meet, we are really going to have that one. Oh,
The
pizzas.
I'm
option,
confused, it is D.
I love pizzas. You don't like what
People
you
are
love for
confused
pizzas,
whether they
right?
should answer D or no.
and the last question, why did the developer go broke? Option A, too many bugs. Option B, code dev. Option C, he lost his catch. Option D, he couldn't find his Java.
Good question, yeah. Seriously.
It's a confusing question. What should be the answer? Any guesses from the comments?
Everybody is writing B, code dev.
Good. Okay. It is actually a famous riddle. Why did the developer go
Yeah,
broke?
but the answer here
Lovely,
is
oh, wow, Shruti.
he lost his catch.
Yeah, it's a very famous riddle. You can actually search it on Google. You'll get the answer.
I guess Ari was the first to give that answer. Huh?
So,
She got her initial, seriously.
Okay, great.
okay, guys, that's what for the quiz. Let's get back
So,
to the
did you
session.
guys enjoy the quiz? I hope you guys did because I could see so many answers in the chat box. That's great. I hope you guys enjoyed. And now comes the most awaited part of the session. That is, let's know about the journey of Wonder Reader. How was Wonder Reader like planned and built? So we have all the speakers with us who will be telling it to you guys. So over to you, speakers, Team Wonder Reader. We are really excited.
Hello. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, it's visible, perfectly visible.
Okay. Thank you very much for the introduction. So, hello everyone. Welcome to the Wonder Reader Sharing session. So, my name is Jason Kristen Helanto. I'm the team leader for the Wonder Reader project, and we won top three for the Google Solution Challenge 2023. And we are here today to share our experiences with the competition. So, uh, let my teammates introduce themselves.
All right. Hello, my name is Philip. So I was also part of the Wonder Reader team. Still am. Just a note, we are still working on Wonder Reader, so just a little bit of a teaser. But we'll talk more about it during the presentation. Um, I just want to say it's a pleasure to be able to speak here as well. Thank you so much to everyone who's organizing this event. And yeah, I'll be uh, giving the stage to Arik.
Hey everyone, my name's Tarek. I mainly work on the software of Wonder Reader, and yeah, thank you for inviting us.
Okay, so what we're going to present today in these slides are first our motivation of joining Solution Challenge and creating One Reader, two, the One Reader project itself, and three, of course, the journey of how we first started and how we got into top 100, top 10, and then finally top three of Google Solution Challenge. So this has been explained before, so let me skip it. And yeah, let's get to the good part on the reader. So here we have the video that we submitted for the competition. So when you guys enter solution challenge, when the deadline hits, you have to upload three things. So the repository to your code, video, a demo video, 2 minutes length. It should demo your solution. If your solution is software, hardware, doesn't matter. You have to demo it, and it should show a working application or prototype of your hardware. And third is you have to submit some kind of an essay. So they give you a bunch of questions and you have to answer it. So, for example, the impact of your product, the scalability, what is the problem statement, etc., etc. So this is actually the second video we uploaded. So the first video is for the first submission. After getting to top 100, you move to top 10. So before getting to top 10, you have to submit a second video. So this is our second video for top 10. So let me play. Can you hear my video? Uh,
No
okay.
audio.
Really?
It's like very
I can hear
tiny.
it. Yeah, it's pretty small.
Why does it keep happening? uh, Let me see. How about now?
Yeah, it was better.
Better.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Braille masih digunakan untuk tunanetra, terutama bagi tunanetra yang baru mengenal Braille dan untuk buku-buku eksakta. Google's text-to-speech API is used to create realistic-sounding voices.
Question 11 plus 13.
Okay, that's the demo video. I heard from my friends that the video is kind of laggy on your end. So if you guys want to check the video out after this, you can search in YouTube Wonder Reader Solution Challenge. It should be there, our two videos. So let's continue. I'll hand the mic to Philip.
Okay. All right. So I guess it's a reintroduction again, but this is the main theme for Wonder Reader. So maybe just to give a bit more context, Jason and unfortunately JJ is not able to speak today, but was part of the Wonder Reader team, and they were both previous leads for the GDSC at Venus International, which is where we are for Indonesia. So that's pretty cool already. And yeah, there's me and Arik as well. So I think a bit of a fun fact of how the team was created is that we're all like in basically we're all in different batches. So actually, everyone here is my senior. I'm the youngest in the team, and we met through organization and playing games actually. So it's a very computer science way of going about it, but yeah, that's basically how the team was formed. And maybe I can go a bit more into how we came up with Wonder Reader and the motivation for it. So next slide. Okay, so it first started off with this event for World Braille Day. So here in Indonesia, there was event at this venue called At America, where there's different seminars and different things that are held. And on this particular day, it was for Braille. And we decided, hey, why don't we go? Because we originally already wanted to join Solution Challenge. And we wanted to do it, we wanted to have it done with like our solution. We wanted it to be like something to do with disability, but we didn't really know what to do specifically. And would you have it? This event happened to show up, and we were like, hey, let's come here. Who knows? We come up with an idea. It seems fun at the same time because it was free to come. So we went, and it was a very eye-opening experience. That's like the best way I could describe it because it was really cool. So they would put like blindfolds on all the visitors, basically letting you empathize and really feel what it's like to be visually impaired and navigating around and trying to read braille as well. So it was really interesting. And that's where we also found out about the use of braille. So if we go to the next, there's this little thing called a refreshable braille display. So braille displays are basically devices that are used by the visually impaired for all sorts of things. It can be for note taking, reading books, etc., etc. And the way it works is that, as you can see, there's like a keyboard, six keys. It's called Perkins. So basically, the visually impaired already have a standard for the way their keyboards work. They don't use QWERTY like us. They actually have different keys which correspond to the different braille dots in each cell. So right now there's six keys. So and there's six dots in a cell. So and if you press them in combination, kind of like chords in a piano, you get different symbols. So if you go to the next slide, this is basically how Braille works. You feel it, and they will be represented in the different characters like A, B, C, D. And from there we thought, oh wow, this is really interesting. And we also came into contact with a nonprofit organization here in Indonesia as well while we were at it. They're called Mitra Netra, and I think this was like the guys. Until now, we still collaborate with them. They're really helpful. It was a pleasure to work with them. So if you go to the next slide, you can see our first ever like site visit coming here. And this is where we learned about the real actual importance of Braille and the different problem statements that was going on for the visually impaired. So first of all, it was more so the fact that text to speech was kind of making Braille kind of unneeded. Not really unneeded, more like people just didn't think that it was unneeded. But in reality, Braille is super important for symbolic things like mathematics, for example. It can be really hard to teach equations or whatever through text to speech, right? So that's where we learned the actual importance of Braille. And maybe we can go more of the problem statement later on and how we fixed it. Uh, but yeah, this was basically how we found the idea and motivation for Wonder Reader. So I'll let Jason and Arik take over after this.
Okay, thank you very much, Philip. So, with all that said, uh, this is the prototype that we come up with for the first submission. So, one of the problem includes that Braille readers are expensive, and when you import it with duty taxes and customs to here to Indonesia, because here in Indonesia we do not have any Braille reader manufacturers, it can get a lot. Uh, so one of the the big things that we considered during our prototyping was we had to create our braille cells as affordable as possible. So on the left here, we have our first braille cell prototype. It's 3D printed. We actually used uh, our campus's 3D printer at first, but quickly found out that it was kind of bad. So we just bought one 3D printer for ourselves, and the results were quite good. So the prototype that I'm showing you here works by you push one of the wedges here that my mouse is currently hovering over. So if you push this wedge, the braille dot will rise, and if you pull it, the braille dot will lower. So you can do that for every single braille dot. And we created a machine using motors that pushes and pulls these wedges together, and we use the system of carriages to do it. So instead of having one motor per braille dot, we use just one per column. So it's like a total of three motors we use instead of 100. And on the right here, we have our first web app prototype, which I will give to Arik.
Okay, you can see the first web prototype. It's like a simple question and answer. It looks pretty rough, but all it's doing is sending a question and an answer to the Wonder Reader. I'm not sure how we did it through our first iteration. I think it was through a web app, but later on we changed it to Bluetooth. Um, but yeah, that's just for the web app. I want to expand more on the cost of the device, just to put into perspective. It's $800 for like the cheapest Braille device, I guess, and that's several months worth of paycheck, not even including customs and whatever. Um, we actually have a story from one of the organization we've been working with. They bought one of the device and it was stuck in customs for like a year. So yeah, like it's very difficult to have one. And our goal is essentially how do you make an affordable one, like an affordable version of this device in Indonesia. So yeah, next slide. So yeah, here you can see the insights of the first Wonder Reader. Um, you can see on the right side the few motors that Jason mentioned, like the fact that we have three motors. And what it does is essentially you push one of the motors to left, like left and right horizontally, and you see those little things sticking out of the braille cell of the little black box. If you pull it, it's gonna like uh it's gonna you know push the braille pins up. If you push it, it's gonna push it down. So yeah, that's how we made it cheaper. But the weakness is that it's not very quick, and that's what we're working on improving right now, actually. So yeah.
So yeah, this is our very first prototype, which we submitted for the first phase of the competition. Looking back, it was kind of bad because if you see on the left here, when you try to touch the braille with your fingers, uh, you will quickly find out that the keys will kind of hinder your fingers. So it's kind of difficult to reach around the cells. And the mechanism is very slow, and almost everything is hand soldered. You can see like hundreds of cables, I bet here. And it was very prone to error. Honestly, it was a miracle that this worked the first time. Not the first time, more like the 50th time. But after that, it just exploded after the video. So because of that, and because of us getting into top 100, we made a second prototype for the second submission. So this is the second prototype which we have been showing in the videos and in some news articles. So this is the one that we show. So this is One Reader version 2. And oh yeah, by the way, the UN SDGs that we're trying to solve is UN SDG goal number 4, quality education, and goal number 10, reduce inequalities. You can choose one, you can choose many, you have to choose at least one. But that's not really a problem because if you think about it, almost every problem is kind of a UN. you can kind of fit it inside of UNSDGs. So yeah, our second device is smaller. The layout makes much more sense. We don't have the key obscuring problem beforehand. It's a lot faster than before, and yeah. Uh, let's go to the next slide. And yeah, this is how it works in video. So if you guys didn't really understand my rambling about how it works back in several slides above, you can see how it works here. So you can see the carriage going from the left to the right, and as it goes from the left to the right, it pushes the pins and pulls it to form the braille letters. So you can see on the first cell here, it's forming an H. This is an A, and that's something not completed. Okay, and yeah, this is the diagram for on the reader version 2. So on the left here, you can see the carriage. This is called the carriage. And you have three motors here, linear actuators. And the purple thing here is the arms that pushes and pulls the braille wedges here on the right. So the thing that you push and pull is called the wedges. And the dots here, or the pins, is the blue thing. And this is all 3D printed, and it uses three actuators. And for submission number 2, we made an Android app. So I'll give this back to Arik.
So yeah. So I think this is after our top 10. Um the big improvement in my opinion is the fact that this is fully available offline. Um so one of the things that you will get if you are at the top 10, you will receive mentoring. We got
Top 100, Arik.
top 100, was it? Huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So one of the things you get after you get into top 100 is that you get weekly mentoring from a Googler, actually. So we got a person called Muhammad, was very smart, taught us a lot about how to develop and our blind spots really. And one of the things he mentioned was that, hey, if someone was in a rural area, how could they use it? Because back in V1, you had to have an internet connection to have one. So yeah, we use Bluetooth for this to connect with the Wonder Reader. Yeah. Next slide. And here is our real user testing. Um, I remember doing this. Jason did this. Like several days before our submission, and we edited it in a very quick manner. But yeah, anything you guys want to add, or since you guys were there?
Oh, yeah. I think basically this real user testing was like, I guess you could say it's the eureka moment. Maybe you could say it's the moment where we're like, okay, this thing works. This is like a proper solution, if that makes sense. Because we had like words displayed in Braille on the device, and thankfully, like they could read it, and it was amazing. I don't know, like the feeling was euphoric because like we had an actual solution, and thankfully the nonprofit had volunteers who were super helpful, by the way, who were willing to try out our product, and they tried it, and it actually worked, and that was crazy to us. Like at the time, it was like, wow, so we've been working on this for like almost like a year, and it actually works. Like people can actually like use it. It was super sick. So yeah, that's like the real meat and bones of the user testing. Next slide.
Oh yeah, fun fact. The first ever word read on one reader is hello. So
Oh,
I witnessed it with JJ, I think. And it's really something else when the product that you're creating actually works for the first time. Uh, it was kind of wild. Okay, next.
Hold on, one sec. Um, can you go back to the last slide? Here.
Here.
Like fun fact, if you see the little white books behind them, that is a braille book, and it's pretty thick. So that's like one of the other things we wanted to address. Because if you see that, you might think that maybe one of those book is a single book, and it's not actually. Several of those books is one book. So you can imagine how much storage you would need just to store a library, for example. So yeah, it's one of the use case that we could address in our solution.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Thank you for the observation. Yeah. 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 If you want to tell what is one book, look at my cursor on the left here. You might see that some of the books here is kind of put a little bit forward. That's because the books that has been put forward here is a part of one book. So one book is split into like four volumes of Braille books. So if you're in Mitra Netra, you must not move this, or else it will get messy for the people to know which the books are. Okay, next.
Okay, so here's the full timeline, I guess, of Wonder Reader's journey, I guess, through Solution Challenge. So we first started the team around December 2022, and that's where we around the middle of that to the actual start of the Solution Challenge, we were still looking for ideas, and that included the At America event and the Mitra Netra visit. And during that, we were already creating revision one for Run the Reader version one, which is like the bulky one, and we already submitted the demo video as and all that. And then from there, from top 100 to top 10, we had our mentor. And maybe like to put the perspective, like we created the Android app in like a month, maybe. It was crazy because like none of us like also knew like how to use Jetpack Compose. I think like before it was like fairly new at the time, and we didn't really have much experience with Android. But we were like, all right, let's just do it. Let's just try it out. And hey, we got it working. So that was great. And yeah, from top 100 to top 10, the announcement came out. And actually, from top 10 to top 3, there actually isn't any revisions that you have to make. So it was mostly just preparation for the demo day live stream, which was streamed on Google Developers YouTube channel. You can see us there if you guys want to after this. And yeah, that's basically what the reader's story for Solution Challenge at least. But after that, we were actually still, I guess we still had a lot of things to do. And that included, I guess this is more like the glory after winning, I guess. So, um, after we won, we were featured on the Google Developers blog worldwide, as well as the local one here in Indonesia. And we were also reached out to Google Indonesia, basically as like PR people for us. It was really interesting. So like they had PR for us. They would like help arrange interviews for us. Like, oh yeah, this question's gonna come out. Get ready. So that was super interesting as well, having to like I don't know, be interviewed on TV and like for news articles. It was really interesting. It was cool. But yeah, a big shout out to Google Indonesia for that. So yeah, it was really cool. And then if we go to the next slide, this is like the main thing for us, I think. It's like the highlight, I guess you could say. We went to Google HQ here in Indonesia, the Google Indonesia's headquarters, showing our solution. And as you can see, the guy on the right, you guys might not know him, but he's the managing director here at Google Indonesia. His name is Randy Yusuf. So he's the big dog, the guy basically when it comes to Google in Indonesia. So yeah, he's a guy not to be messed with. So yeah, that was the main thing for me. That was like the highlight. So yeah, I think I'll let Jason Arik take over again.
Okay. So what's next for one reader? Not that now that the competition is over. So this is our new team now. We added one more member. So Tim here is not from computer science. He's from communications, and he helped us a lot with our website design, our product, not product design. I mean the design language of our product, and he helped us a lot in creating unique presentations like this one. And Stevie here on the right, on the bottom right, he made it, so it's kind of cool. It's kind of our little mascot, and we're working on One Reader Mark III, which is our newest prototype, and hopefully the last prototype before this product hits the market. So instead of using motors like the previous iterations, we opted now to use magnets. So here, the magnet is going to be touched near the braille cell, and it will pop up, and it will pop down, and it will pop up. So why use magnets? It's much faster than the previous ones, and because this is so much faster, we can just move the carriage from the left to the right without any stops. Because the raising of the pins takes only, if you notice in this video, it takes only 1 frame. So if the video is 30 frames per second, that's like 1/30th of a second. So it's pretty fast. And it's even faster with the smaller braille cells which we used. And yeah, so I think some concluding uh, sentences from me. There's a lot of technologies that Google provide. There's Android, there's Flutter, there's a lot, and we use some too for our project. And I think for us developers in the current era, this is the best time for us to be developers because there's so much things to play with, and there's so much stuff to you can get master at, and people will search for you because of your talents and skills. And yeah, I mean, as developers, we have the privilege of making awesome stuffs, and we have the power to using a lot of tools that previous developers has made for us. Open source projects, there's a lot of them. And yeah, uh, it's a great time to be living in, guys. And yeah, thank you so much for listening to our sharing session. And this is our Instagram. There's nothing there yet. Here's our email if you want to contact One Reader stuff. This is our work in progress site. The mobile view doesn't really work yet, so try to use your laptop to view it. And yeah, thank you very much, guys.
Okay, I would just like to say, oh my God, you guys actually redefined engineering to a whole new level. Because, you guys are, I think, computer engineers, but you actually worked on so many things. Okay, like when I was seeing the presentation, it's like you guys worked on maybe mechanical things, like your actuators and everything. Means you just understood the intricacies of Braille, how is Braille and how it is like works. Then you actually made some really small observations as well, like the Braille book which you showed. Okay, I didn't know that. One Braille book is so thick. That's amazing. And you guys actually made a compact machine which could actually solve all those problems. So it's really interesting. Like you guys are not only sticking to your domain of computer engineering, but you're actually exploring so many other domains like IoT, mechanical. Oh my God. That's actually means I would say you guys are the true developers and the true engineers. Like exploring so many domains is insane. And you guys actually deserve all the success which you have got because the success and you guys like every moment which you developed the solution you actually felt means okay you guys tested on real world people and it was I'm sure it might be an amazing feeling that the solution is actually working for the real world people and it is actually able to solve their problems. So yeah, every step which you described, I mean, it was like as if I could feel you guys. I'm feeling as if I was in the team and I could actually feel every step which you described. So that's amazing. Thank you for that.
No, thank you so much.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, let's begin with the Q&A then. And I'm sure everyone enjoyed the session as well and might have some questions to ask to our speakers. Okay, so in case you guys have any questions, please put them in the chat box. And it can be any question related to solution challenge, or maybe you might have any doubt in the Wonder Reader or anything. It could be anything. Okay, since maybe no one, okay, let's admit that. Okay, since no one is actually asking any question, I'll ask my first question because like I just have a question. It's like, okay, so I think there's a thank you message in the chat for an amazing presentation. Okay, they're thanking you guys. Yeah. So yeah, I have a question. So basically the question is, how did you guys actually choose these SDGs? Like taking those braille and choosing the target audience as the blind people. Like how did this thought come into your mind? Because it is something which I can't think of on a day-to-day basis. Like why only this thought?
Okay, I'll say something. Maybe I'll let Jason and Arik add later. But for me, I think it was more so finding the problem first. So I think, in my opinion, when it comes to creating anything, especially a solution, you always have to find the heart of the problem first, and then thinking of a solution is a lot easier because it's kind of hard to like want to make something because it's very wide. It's very, yeah, it's just too many things to think about basically. But once you already have a physical actual problem statement that you can start brainstorming for solutions for, I think that was like the main thing for us. And that's like, and I think for visually impaired in particular, I think it was just coincidence as well with like the at America event and everything. But yeah, and the SDGs came second actually. So we already found a real world problem. I think Jason had mentioned it as well. Like any problem is technically an SDG problem, right? So yeah, Jason, Arik, I'll let you guys add anything if you guys want.
Okay, I guess I'll go next. I think we initially wanted to work on anything related to accessibility, and then we went to the Ad America event. Um, and the first thing I guess not the first thing, but we thought of like, hey, maybe you can make something cool. Like, what about Braille but digital, essentially, right? Like, but we didn't actually know at that time if that device actually existed, because our problem statement was making an affordable Braille display, but that's just like I guess kind of a lucky coincidence that we got at the end, because our device was cheap and existing solution was very expensive. What do you think, Jason?
Yeah, I think I have no more things to add because that's pretty much answers all my statements already.
Okay, we actually have a lot of questions in chat box right now. So yes.
Hello, Varsha.
Yeah, Prajwal, are you there?
Yeah, should I start
Okay,
asking them?
please take. Yeah.
Okay, so hello everyone. Myself Prajwal. The next question is from Praveen. He is asking which is the best software solution or hardware solution. Means he is asking what is good for choosing software or hardware.
Okay. So maybe I'll start with the practical answers. So we did notice something in this year's solution challenge this year 2023. So we noticed that the top everyone on top two in this year's solution challenge actually made a hardware device. So one reader we made a braille reader, and we have bus busters from Bolivia. they made some kind of a mosquito net that has a camera in it that can detect how many mosquitoes are there in an area to know a certain trend in the disease. And there's also a at home from Singapore, which they made a watch for dementia patients so they can be reminded to go home if they stray too far from their home. But last year, the year before that, we do have only one hardware solution, gateway from Vietnam, and Blossom and Extrinsic is purely software. So it could be both, but this year we did notice more hardware stuff on the top three. So I guess it entirely depends on the quality of problem you're trying to solve, what your arguments are in the essay, your the impact, the story that you're trying to create with your solution. I think my team can agree that's the better way you can look at it. It's not the hardware or software solution, but it's about the quality of it. Maybe Philip can extend my answer.
Yeah, I think to be honest, I don't think software or hardware is better. It's completely dependent and very like depending on your solution. So like if you had a solution where only software is needed, then just do software. If you have a solution where hardware is needed, then do hardware. There's no one thing that's better than the other. It completely depends on what you're trying to make and whether one is more efficient than the other and whether one is better than the other. And in our case, we had to do hardware. So yeah, Arik, you want to add anything?
Um, Not really. I agree with the two of you. Um, rather than think of it as software or hardware, just think of the solution to the problem. I guess if it requires hardware, just do that. Yeah.
Okay, Praveen, I think you have got your answer. So the next question is from college Shibi. He's asking, his college does not have a GDSC, so can he participate in this solution challenge?
I think you can join like through other people's GDSC, right?
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. So if you can, like, you could join another person's, like another university's club, be a member, and I don't know, look for team members there, and who knows, you get into solution challenge. Yeah. Best of luck, by the way.
Yeah, actually, it's like in a team of four, even if one person is in GDAC, it's fine. So take a person who actually has a GDAC in their college, so you can like join with them.
Okay, so the next question is from Prem. How do you guys come up with the magnets idea after spending so much time in motors and stuff? And one more thing, how did you guys able to visualize the solution into a physical model?
Okay. So, good question. I think we as developers we should keep our minds open so as to not stuck with one solution. And after spending some time with motors in our design, we found out that it's not very scalable, the speed. I mean, and we decided to search for other alternatives that is still cheap. And so Wonder Reader is actually my thesis project. So I made a paper about this. And during the researching for making that, I found a lot of scientific journals detailing about some new actuators and a little more how experimental braille cell designs. And I found out that one was using a magnet in kind of a novel solution, and decided to use that. And it works quite well, and we had to adapt the mechanism to fit our carriage design to still make it affordable. And yeah, uh, how did you guys able to visualize the solution in the physics? Uh, I mean, you just try to draw it, do some maths, do some 3D modeling in Fusion 360. If you have a whiteboard, go for it. And if you have a 3D printer in your campus, or you yourself have a 3D printer, don't forget to use it. So, yeah.
Okay, so the next question is also follow-up for the model part. From Preet, was the implementation of electrical equipments in the Wonder Reader tough? As all of you are from computer science uh, major, I am curious to know that how did you all manage to make the Wonder Reader?
We're actually from computer science, not computer engineering. So it was kind of weird for us to create a hardware project, but it was a hobby actually. And was it tough? I mean, yeah, it was tough. A lot of stuff we learn as we go, but during the making of it, we learned a lot. Uh, I mean, we made the first prototype. The first prototype was kind of bad, but we decided to make it work and took it on a video. And that was really cutting it close because we really don't know if we got into top 100 or not with the quality of the device that we made. But thankfully, we made it, and we decided to learn much more about hardware and made one reader version 2. So yeah, it was tough, but we got through it.
So next, Rohan is asking, did you all already have experience with the tech stacks you used?
No. I mean, mostly no. We had some level of experience. I think Jason in the past did some um electronic stuff. I'm not too sure, but generally we had to learn as we go for stuff like Android, Bluetooth. So energy was very hard. For I remember Jason was struggling with that. But yeah, um, yeah. Anyone
Yeah,
else?
yeah.
So
Uh,
the
sorry.
okay.
Yeah, most of the things that we did in Wonder Reader, we just learn as we go because we got a crazy idea at the start when we visited Mitranetra. Like, oh, this hardware is expensive. What if we can make it cheaper? And after the idea came up, we realized that yeah, we need to learn a lot because we don't really know how to make this. So it started with an idea and an endpoint, and the road in the middle from the start to the endpoint is still kind of obscure. And this is a rare opportunity for us to get into this kind of competition. So yeah, we just went through the road, no matter how zigzaggy or no matter how bad it got. So yeah.
Okay, so Prem is asking if you can share the resources used to develop the app.
I think the resources was just mostly YouTube, and another thing was like we also actually asked for help from our local GDE as well. So coincidentally, here in GDSC Indonesia, there was some kind of event in the Discord server, like the local Discord server, and we were having trouble. One of the team members, JJ, was having trouble with navigation for the mobile application, and he was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna throw a question, and because these are experts, like they know Android, they're Google developer experts for a reason. So we just asked them, and they're super helpful. So resources might come in places that you won't expect, and why not look at your other fellow developers, especially other Google developers, right? So yeah.
Okay, so following that, Srushti is asking, in a team, how did you distribute tasks and collaborate effectively?
Okay, for distribution of tasks, it was actually me, JJ, and Arik who was working on the application. Jason is the hardware guy. This is the hardware man himself. So he was the one who was mostly in charge for that. And for collaboration, we just had weekly calls, honestly. Anytime we could, we just come into a call. How's the progress? How are you guys doing? We had like our own little to-do list, what we wanted to do. And what's super helpful was our mentor as well, because you basically had mandatory weekly meetings. So even if we didn't want to, we had to have a meeting. So we're always talking to each other, whether we like it or not. So yeah, Arik, you wanna add?
And yeah, like I think the weekly meeting with the mentor thing is very important. I know like at least for me it was like a big drive. Just imagine turning up to your mentor and he asks you, "Hey, what's your progress for the week?" And you said, "There's not much." Like, it feels bad. So yeah, that's I remember that experience.
Yeah, I completely agree. Muhammad was a really big part of on the reader during the second phase of the competition. So he he threw us with a lot of good ideas. He made us really, really think about our solution from a lot of perspectives, and yeah, it was really helpful. I can't say thank you enough to Muhammad. Really.
Okay, so I have this common question with Praveen here. As you guys were attending college and doing your majors, how much time did you spend for this work?
Okay. Oh, Arik, you wanna start?
I don't know. How are you gonna start? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I can start, I guess. All right, maybe to give a bit of perspective, I was in semester four, I think. Gigi was like semester six. Jason was doing his thesis, and Arik was doing his double degree in Australia. So it was pretty tough actually. The work life balance, because I still had classes. Jason still had something to write, and he had to publicize it, and he had to go to Germany for it, which is super super cool. And Arik is all the way in Australia, so there's like also a time zone difference. So yeah, it was kind of hard, but I mean, I don't think it's hard to say that anyone is too busy for anything. If that makes sense. I think for me personally, I think there's always downtime in between anything. Uh, I was just doing it during classes. Like if there was a class, some boring lecture, I'm just gonna work on the application while I'm, you know, basically listening in. Because yeah, it wasn't that bad, and we all had deadlines. We all had to make it for the mentoring with Muhammad as well. So we were all under pressure, you could say, and we're all in the zone as well. So yeah, Arik, you wanna add?
And yeah, um, not trying to like scare you guys with like the amount of workload, but it's we took it pretty seriously. So I think all of us put in a lot of time, and all of us sacrifice something. Of course, I sacrificed one of my grades, and that's fine. I'll take it. Because depends on how much you want to commit to the Susan challenge. Really, you can take it as a normal competition. Maybe you'll win, maybe you won't. No biggie. But you can also, take it very seriously, and maybe you'll get results. But that's up to your group, of course. Anything you want to add, Jason?
For me, thankfully, because it's during my thesis, I can work on one reader full time, and yeah, because of the thesis, I had to write something, and because I don't really have time to write anything because I have to work on one reader, I just I took a huge risk by not doing it and just started doing it like I think like a month before the actual submission. So it was very, very risky. I didn't know how to write a paper, but uh, thankfully it all worked out in the end. thankfully. But yeah, time is kind of it's kind of hard.
Okay, so Rohan is asking, were there specific areas where you had to upskill to overcome challenges?
Uh, okay, so I think it's not really, in my opinion, the first thing that you should really upskill in yourself is not the technical skill, but more to yourself, your desire to want to learn, motivation. Why are you doing this? Uh, a lot of questions you have to answer first before you can really start learning, because you can be really good at something, but if you don't have the drive or the push to do it, then you won't really able to do it well, because during this project it's rare that uh, every single skill that you have currently fit the bill to do the project. You have to learn a lot more during the project, and you have to be ready for that learning. I think, yeah, you have to learn learning. I guess that's my take.
Yeah, and if I can add something, it's you'll have to know yourself more than you know the project. Really, I agree completely with Jason. Because more than overcoming challenges, for me, it's about what do you want to do with this project? Like, do you want to implement this? And less than, I'm not thinking about I have to upskill here. I'm thinking, what do I have to do to achieve this? So it's just the thing that I have to do if I want to do this. I guess it's more of an intrinsic motivation, I guess. Yeah.
I also want to add, um, in terms of like upskilling, like at the end of the day, you're working with a team. You shouldn't be too, how do you say it? Like you can always split up your work. You're never alone, essentially. You're all in this together. And yeah, I agree completely with Arik and Jason. It's all about you, yourself, but as well as the team, because you're not going to be able to win without a good team. So yeah.
Okay, so Tejas from our team is asking, are there specific features or enhancements you plan to add to the Wonder Reader in the future? And is it open source project?
Wow, that's such a wonderful
Oh, wow.
question. Thank you very much. If you would so kindly look at my camera, in my hand here, I have one reader for Gen 3, which we are currently working. And let me get this. So this is for Gen 2, this is for Gen 3. As you can see, much smaller. The Braille, you can see it's much smaller too, because we now have the standard size. So, and for Gen 2, we have the kind of the jumbo Braille, because our 3D printer cannot print the standard size. And now that we have the prize money from the competition, thank you, Google, we can buy a better 3D printer and create the standard one. So yeah, this is just the model. Nothing actually works. You can push all the buttons and it'll fall. But we're still currently working on it. And features we're trying to work at is onboard text to speech. So it will have a speaker and you have text to speech immediately instead of sending it to a server, and making it more handheld. And there's a lot more that I don't think I can say yet because we're still not sure. But yeah, is it open source? Yes, it is.
Yeah, what Reader is all of its design schematics as well as code is open source, and I think like we're like one of the only open source refreshable braille display. I think, right, Jason?
Think so. Think so.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
You can check out our code here.
Okay, thanks for the GitHub site. And next, Rushi is asking, what do you believe set your winning solution apart from the others in the competition? Can you highlight specific aspects or strategies that contributed to your success?
All right. For me, I think personally, what's really like makes us like a good solution, I'd say, is more so the fact that we had actual user testing. So I think Google really likes it when not only for the technical side, but they really like it when you have an impact. And I think what better way to show your impact than a actual actual use case. So for us, we already had a lot of problem statements in the first place, and we already had actual users who were giving feedback, telling us what to improve on the solution. And I think there were not really many other solutions for the solution challenge that had that, where we were really talking to the end users at the end of the day. Because I think Jason said this before once. I still remember, but it's like at the end of the day, you were developers, but the end users aren't gonna see your code. They're gonna see what is the product of your code, right? So I mean, yeah, I think the main thing is the appeal for the end users at the end of the day for us, and I think that's what really sets us apart. Jason, Arik, you guys want to add anything?
If I want to add anything, let's see. Um, it's a bit hard to compare our solution with other solution because say for the top three winner of our year, it was Busbuster, us, and something else. I don't quite remember. It's a bit hard to compare. Say like a mosquito slaying solution and Wonder Eater. It's two entirely different things, right? So I think like the best approach is just try to develop your solution as much as you can, make it fit the user as much as you can, because you don't have a lot of time. At least for me, I didn't really think about what other teams were doing, because it's not like you can influence anything in that direction. So
I think also a big thing for us is we work directly with an organization, and that's the direct way of us getting to where our users are, their wants, what the organization also wants. Because uh, if you think about it, we're not the experts here, they are. The users are the experts, not us. So we really have to get in touch with them, empathize with them, because we write codes. And again, yeah, iterating what Philip said, as developers, it's kind of unfortunate, but it's the reality. You can type out a million lines of code, but what the user will care is not the code, but the experience of using it. What what can they get out of the application? What what can they use the application for? Does it fit their needs, etc., etc.? So yeah.
Okay, so there's another question from Praveen. Do you learn any new technologies during the project?
Yeah, we were new to Android, Jetpack Compose in particular. We were also unfamiliar with Bluetooth protocol, so we didn't know anything with Bluetooth. But I think other things I would say familiar, but we were aware, I guess. We were already pretty experienced with Firebase in the past. Uh, but like in terms of like hardware and all that, I think that was like I wouldn't say that we were familiar. We're okay at it.
Yeah, a lot of technologies that we used, we just learn from this competition. So yeah, that's why we really like this opportunity. This opportunity is really great for us because it really incentivizes us to learn new technologies and explore with them. Because yeah, this it's the perfect opportunity. If you win the competition, that's great and all, and if you lose, you still get a lot of experience from it by learning a lot about the technologies, about yourself, about your team, about other people. Yeah, it's great.
Okay, so Sonu is asking, is it possible to integrate AI tools like ChatGPT Bard with Wonder Reader?
Probably. Um, at least for now, it's not a goal that we are looking at because that's more of language model. Maybe you can make like a bot that can reply to your input, but that would require internet connectivity, API support, and then you have to pay for the API key, blah blah blah. At least for now, I don't see a use case where that would be useful. What do you think, Jason?
Mm, it's it's pretty difficult, but one of my friends from abroad actually had an idea to use these LLMs or ChatGPT or Bard to make uh, questions and help with Braille self-learning. So it's not really in the device, but a separate app. So the chatbot can teach you uh, what dots to type out in one reader, how to type out a certain sentence, the spelling, etc. It's just a concept, but I guess it shows a promise in self-learning in the self-learning category, like an assistant. I guess it's just a normal assistant, but yeah, that's one of the things that my friend had an idea for.
Okay, so Rahul
Okay,
is
sorry to
asking.
interrupt. Yeah, sorry to interrupt. We'll just be taking, I think, the last question because actually we are running out of time. And they're actually really patiently answering all the questions. That's really great. So, Prajwal, this is the last question, okay?
Okay, so the last question, which is from Rahul. What were the standout solutions your team implemented in 2021, leading to your top 10 success alongside Eric and Jason?
I thought about game your fit.
Yeah, standard solutions. Do you understand what that means, Arik?
Um, I can't
I
say I
think
do.
they're asking like the problem statement for game your fit and like your solution for
Oh,
it back then.
okay. So for context, for everyone here who doesn't know, me, Arik, and JJ actually won top 10 2 years ago in Solution Challenge 2021. So this is Solution Challenge 2023 that just happened now. 2 years ago, there was Solution Challenge 2021. So our solution is called Game Your Fit during then. Game Your Fit is an Android application. See, not hardware, guys. Not everything has to be hardware. Uh, the application gamifies workout. So you know how your phones has sensors, accelerometers. So when you turn your phone, it turns landscape, etc. So imagine, what if you strap that to your biceps, and if you do some workout moves, you can kind of detect what moves are you making currently through these sensors. So based on that concept, we made an app, a game, an app game. So we made a game that uh, it has some graphics, pixel art, and the game will tell you to do like push-ups, sit-ups, and you do them. And each rep you can actually count from the sensors. So that's how the so that's what we did. And yeah, that's it. So we didn't really work with organizations, so I think that's one of the factors that we didn't win top three. And it was kind of our first foray to into the whole solution challenge thing. So yeah, standard solutions. Hopefully
It's
that
like
answered the
COVID. It's like COVID time as well, right?
ah
So that's
yeah
like yeah, what made the solution better.
yeah. There's COVID, so kind of you can see it kind of encourages you work out in your home. It's if I may say, it's very inspired by Ring Fit Adventure in Nintendo Switch. Yeah, so it's kind of expensive, right? So we kind of want to make a cheap version of it where you can just use your phone. So yeah.
Okay, so a big thank you for all you three, Jason, Philippus, and Eric, and the team Wonder Reader. I am very thankful that you shared all your expertise and insights in the solution challenge with us today. Also, a big thank to all the students who joined us today. I hope that after today's session, you will be excited to participate in the solution challenge yourself. After this, I would request all of you participants to turn on your cameras so we can take a big group selfie.
Yeah, please everyone turn on your cameras. We want a nice picture which we could put on Instagram.
I have given permission for cameras to attendees.
Okay. Oh, they didn't have a permission. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that.
You can answer in the chat if you are not able to access the camera.
Yeah, yeah. I just forgot I disabled the permission. Okay. I hope everyone is able to access now. Okay, great, great, great. So can everyone do this as a GDSC symbol and we can take a photo if possible? Yeah. So the GDSC symbol and let's all take a group pic. Yeah. Yes, and hoping to see more people turning on their cameras. Yeah, great, great, great. So yeah, thank you everyone. Special thanks to the speakers for actually explaining so much about the Wonder Reader and patiently answering all the questions. And like big thank you for actually joining this session and briefing us about your Wonder Reader's the solution. And I'm sure many people from our campus would actually be very motivated to achieve the top 10 or even in the top 100 rankers of the solution challenge. Because I think that solution challenge is one such competition which actually like aims on solving such some real world problems and collaborating with some real world organizations. So I think it would be really helpful for students to actually participate. So yeah, a big thank you to you guys for making this session really interactive and really fun. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
It's
you,
a
guys.
pleasure.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, and if you guys want, you can connect with Eric, Philippus, and Jason on LinkedIn or on their social media handles. So could you guys drop your social media handles if possible?
Do you guys have the link? Yes.
Huh?
Do you guys have the link to my LinkedIn? Never
Oh,
mind, I
no.
found it.
That's still my
Okay, okay,
Instagram.
great. So you can connect with them on their LinkedIn, and I'm sure they would be really happy to connect. So yeah, thank you, and let's end the session now. So the audience, you guys can connect, and actually, I'm hoping you guys participate in the solution challenge. And the registration is open. You guys can fill out the form. I'll be sharing out the form in the communities. I've already shared it, like in the groups, but I'll share it once again. And you guys can fill out the forms and join our solution challenge group. And we'll be guiding you like regarding everything, the tech stacks and the deadlines and everything. And I'm really hoping you guys make it to the regional boot camp. The regional bootcamp registration starts from 5th Jan to 14th Jan. So I hope you guys make it to the regional boot camp and after that, even to the top 100. Okay, so all the very best to everyone. And even all the best to you guys for Wonder Reader. I'm sure you guys have a lot of future plans for Wonder Reader as well. And I hope you achieve all those.
Thank you so much. See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye bye. Let's end the session. So bye guys. I'm stopping the recording.